Hey, what's up guys? My name is Jenna Redfield and I am super excited to share with you guys how I met Gary Vaynerchuk. So if this is your first time at my channel, make sure to hit subscribe. I have a brand new setup today, which is super fun. I spent basically all weekend setting up this backdrop and it's awesome. So I hope that you guys enjoy it, and it's going to be where I film all of my videos, I guess, moving forward. But a lot of you guys have been asking me about my experience meeting Gary Vaynerchuk about a week ago. And so I wanted to share with everyone that story. So if you don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, he is an entrepreneur, vlogger, really successful. I've been following him for the last few years. He got famous by turning his dad's wine shop into an online video place called Wine Library, and it's just been a really cool resource. So I knew that there were a lot of celebrities coming in for the Super Bowl, but none that I was really wanting to meet until I saw that Gary was coming. So I was really excited that Gary was going to be here, and I knew that he was coming, but I wasn't sure what day or if he was going to be doing a meetup or even a book signing because his book just came out. So I decided that I was just going to see what was going to happen, and then on the Saturday before the Super Bowl, so the day before, I got a tweet, or I saw a tweet that he was going to be at the mall and he wanted to do a 30-minute meetup. So I wasn't sure if I was going to go because it's such a long way to get to the mall. Honestly, it's at least 30 minutes, and it was snowing really hard. So I was really deciding whether or not I wanted to do it. So then what happened was I decided to go. I drove to the mall. It was so packed at the mall. I had to park outside. I usually park in one of the 4 lots that are connected to the mall, but I had to park on the north side really far away. And so then I got to the mall by 1:30, and the meetup was supposed to happen at 2 o'clock on the 3rd floor. But I didn't know where on the 3rd floor. No one really knew. He didn't really say. So I was walking around shopping. I go there, maybe every other month. So I, know where to go, but I just didn't know what was happening. I was just checking Twitter constantly to see what was going on. And then I kept getting notifications from Gary that it was going to be in 2:15, then 2:30, then 2:45, and then finally closer to 3. And so I was just getting kind of, not impatient, but I was just like, man, I could have come an hour later and it would have been fine. And then I was starting to get worried that he wasn't going to do it at all because it was so late and I didn't know if he had something after. So I was starting to get a little nervous because I was like, I spent an hour and a half of my day walking around the mall when I didn't need to be here with all these people. So I was getting a little annoyed, but then finally got a tweet from Gary that says he was going to be at the iHop across the street from the mall, which I had never been to that iHop, so I had no idea where that was, so I had to look it up. I was on the north side of the mall, which is also where I parked, and if you've been to the Mall of America, you know how huge it is. So I basically sped walk from the north side all the way down to the south side, so I kind of went this way. So I went from the north to the west to the south, and then I got to the south side, and I had to cross the street, but when I was going, so the football players were actually staying at both the hotels that are connected to the mall. So there's the Radisson and there's the Marriott. And I think I was by the Radisson Blue, which was on the south side. And I had to cross, but there were these big army guys with machine gun basically things. And I started walking this one way, and this guy comes out of his car and he's like, "You can't go that way." And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So I did not know what the heck I was doing. I'd never crossed that street to get over to the iHop before. So I was walking and I finally figured it out. I got over to the iHop. From the little tunnel I was in to get over there, I started seeing people arrive at iHop, and I was like, okay, there's a lot more people here than I expected. So when I got there, I stood in line, and there was about 50 people in front of me, and I could see Gary, and literally it was snowing, it was really cold, and we were in the iHop parking lot, and I was like, I don't want to stand out here for an hour. It's going to take at least an hour probably for me to get to him with this line, and there were people starting to line up behind me, so that was a fear of mine, was that that was going to happen. But after about 10-15 minutes, he's like, let's go inside, which I felt so bad for the iHop people. They did not expect us at all. There was no warning. They weren't super busy, which was nice. It was 3 o'clock on a you know, but it is a Super Bowl Saturday, so I thought maybe there'd be more people, but there was probably at least 100, maybe 150 people that were there in line waiting for Gary to meet them because he wanted to do a meetup, and I was one of them. So it was really interesting to see all of these people that I didn't know. I knew a few people just from like Twitter and stuff, and a few people I had known in real life. But I ended up meeting my friend Ashley, who I had never met before, and we did some live videos, and I'll probably put some of those clips in. But it was really cool. So then I got in line and I got finally up to meet him, and I actually, believe it or not, was actually in his live stream video, which I will insert right here. So that was basically my whole experience meeting him. But what's even cooler is that actually he did a Q&A after. So while I was there, so we actually sat down and he ordered pancakes for everyone, which was super nice because he felt bad for the iHop people because they were not expecting us. And so that was great. And so I sat with Ashley and we ate pancakes that Gary Vee had provided, which was super awesome. And then we just kind of waited because I was like, what is he going to do after everyone's gone through the line? A lot of people did leave after they met him, but there were still a lot of people left over when everyone was done meeting him. And so he actually did a Q&A. So I might insert some of the clips from that.
You know, like, I wrote about shit I know. Even this book, Crushing It, I only wrote it not because I was in need of follow. I never wanted to write the follow-up to Crush It. It's only because the last 18 months, I've quadrupled down on the things that I believed in. And the result, like, if I did this meetup 22 months ago, this room would be a tenth of the size. It just would. Like, the fact of the matter is that I wouldn't change anything because, first of all, I'm too happy, and so I wouldn't want to fuck with that, right? And second of all, I just really believe in my thesis. I think everybody here under 30 is rushing to do stuff to close insecurities and vulnerabilities, and it's making them do things that they're going to regret long term. And I just didn't. You know what it feels like to be 27 years old and see your college friends and them making jokes that you work in your dad's liquor store? Like, I just was able to be in my own head and not care about what anybody else thought, and that would be my biggest piece of advice. Because I genuinely believe all of you were in a rush for that. I don't think you care about a BMW or a Rolex or like spending a lot of money on a vacation for any other reason because of the psychological aspects of how that connects you to other people. I really believe that.
But that was something that was really cool to be able to see and hear from him all of the things that he had to say and give some free advice in the Q&A. And then after that was over, I basically left and went home, and that was my whole experience. Getting to have a picture with him and getting to meet him and just see all the other people that are local to the Twin Cities that are also interested in Gary Vaynerchuk was super interesting. I didn't know a lot of the people, which I'm very well connected in the entrepreneur area, you know, around town, and it was a lot of more guys that I expected. It was probably 80% guys, and there were some girls, but not very many, so that surprised me a lot. I guess I just thought, I don't know, I just thought it would be a lot more women, but it was definitely a lot more guys that I didn't know. I guess I'm more connected with most of the women entrepreneurs locally, so this was a lot of people I didn't know. So that was cool. So I ended up following some of them on Instagram, which was really fun because I enjoy meeting new people. So that was basically my Gary Vaynerchuk experience. It was a little bit chaotic at first, but you know, I'm glad that I met him. I'm glad that I got to go because it was something I think I would have regretted not doing. Sometimes you just have to put yourself out there, and that was just something I decided to do. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm hoping to do some more story times with my new backdrop, which I absolutely love. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode of my YouTube channel vlog, and I'll see you guys next time.